Now, from the news team that's covering the Carolinas, this is Channel 9 Eyewitness News Daybreak at 6.
Developing overnight, a deadly shooting in a quiet Lake Norman neighborhood. The critical information we are asking police this morning.
And it's day 4 now in the search for 3-year-old Mariah Woods.
It's not.
Investigators' specific request to neighbors as they become desperate for clues. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm John Paul.
And I'm Brittany Johnson. Your time is now 6 o'clock. We're going to start with meteorologist Keith Monday in Severe Weather Center 9 with your first weather. And it's not freezing, but definitely colder than yesterday.
Yeah, you'll notice a bit of a difference compared to yesterday morning, which was quite a difference from the day before, the other direction. So we're down to 38 now in Charlotte, Monroe, 32 in Attleboro, and Morganton, 29 up at Boone. So there are some much colder spots to begin the day today. Mostly clear sky. A few clouds will roll in from time to time. Upper 40s by 9 o'clock, so a quiet but cool start to our day today. As we work our way to this afternoon, not as warm as yesterday. We'll hit the mid-60s as more clouds start to roll in. That's with the weak cold front, but I'll explain here in the next 10 minutes that yes, there will be a small rain chance tonight. Yeah, it's not likely going to add up to a whole lot. Now let's get you out of the road. 6:01. Let's check in with Mark.
Right now, I-77 down in South Charlotte, getting a little busy out there, Keith, as we look live from the DOT camera. Here's the northbound commute. Folks merging onto the exit entrance ramp, rather. Northbound, south heading down towards right now Fort Mill and Rock Hill, also looking good. So if you're taking the interstate right now in the next couple of minutes, no alternate routes needed. Drive time showing we're in good shape. 77 from Carowinds to Uptown. We're at 12-minute ride, 66 miles per hour. Not bad here. Highway 49 coming in from Lake Wiley around the Buster Boy Bridge into Uptown. That's a 24-minute ride with an average speed of 37 miles per hour. Brittany?
We are following a developing story this morning. Channel 9 is asking what led to a deadly shooting at a home near Lake Norman.
Yeah, now investigators were on scene for hours. They finally left at about 1 o'clock this morning. Eyewitness News reporter Mark Barber is live for us on Schooner Drive in the Rock Ridge Shores community with more on this. Mark?
Well, John, police are staying very tight-lipped about this investigation. Right now, they're not releasing many details, but this morning they have reopened this dark. Here's what we so far. Police rushed to this neighborhood on the banks of Lake Norman around 6 last night. Sources tell Channel 9 one person was shot and killed here. While the circumstances surrounding the shooting are still unclear, officers are emphasizing there is no threat to the community. This morning, Channel 9 is continuing to push for answers. We're asking police who was killed, if they have a suspect, and if they know the motive behind the shooting. We are expecting investigators to release more information today after they reach that victim's family. Live here in Cornelius, Mark Barber, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
6:02 right now. Duke Energy may have known that coal ash was polluting groundwater for decades and did nothing about it. This new revelation comes as Duke continues to push for a rate hike to cover the cost of coal ash cleanup. During hearings in Raleigh, the state attorney general's office questioned Duke's long-running feud with insurers that refused to cover cleanup costs. Those fights go all the way back to the 1990s. And in 1985, the EPA reviewed coal ash deposits at a Wilmington plant owned by the company now known as Duke Energy Progress. Under description of potential hazards, the EPA's notice has this quote: groundwater contamination most likely, although potential for surface water and soil contamination should be thoroughly addressed. Duke officials could not cite a specific time the company became aware of the potential environmental dangers of unlined coal ash pits. The proposed rate increase would force customers to pay an extra 13% on their bills to cover $184 million a year for coal ash cleanup. $2 million of that money would reimburse Duke for bottled water given to neighbors whose well water may be contaminated. The hearings on Duke's requested rate hike will likely continue right into next week. We'll post any developments at WSOCTV.com.
We are continuing to follow the investigation in eastern North Carolina as officers continue searching for a missing 3-year-old girl.
And this morning they're asking people to look around their property for any clues. Eyewitness News anchor Blaine Towson joins us now as the community comes together trying to find Mariah.
Yeah, a few dozen people gathered at this church to pray for Mariah and her family. And some of Mariah's extended family also attended the service near Holly Ridge, a small town near Topsail Beach. And here's what we know about the search. The FBI and the Onslow County Sheriff's Office are asking neighbors in Jacksonville to look around homes, barns, and sheds for clues. They also checked a pond near her home yesterday but found nothing. More than 200 state and federal officials are searching now by the ground and the air. They've also covered 100 acres so far. They've interviewed 100 people and received 140 tips. And Mariah's biological father hasn't seen his daughter in a year, but said he has a bad feeling about what may have happened to her.
Do I think she's alive? I would love to say yes, but
knowing what
deep
we've
down
been going
in
through,
my heart and got that little feeling, it's not looking good at all.
And we showed you some photos from a Morehead City Walmart yesterday. Investigators now say the little girl in those pictures was not Mariah, but they stress even the smallest tip could help them. And we will keep you updated as they continue their search. John?
And we posted Mariah's photo. More information about her disappearance. It's all right now at WSOCTV.com. You can also share this story on Facebook to try to help find her.
Your time is now 6:05. Former Today Show host Matt Lauer still has not commented about allegations of inappropriate sexual behavior at work. We brought you breaking news yesterday morning when NBC announced it fired Lauer. Variety magazine published an article yesterday following a 2-month investigation. In it, women claimed Lauer would initiate inappropriate contact with women in his office. They said he had a button on his desk that allowed him to lock his office door without getting up. This is the latest accusation against a high-profile man. There are other allegations against politicians, including Senate candidate Roy Moore from Alabama. New this morning, one of his accusers wrote an open letter after Moore called her and other accusers liars during a campaign event. The letter said in part, "I am not getting paid for speaking up. I am not getting rewarded from your political opponents. What I am getting is stronger by refusing to blame myself and speaking the truth out loud." Michigan Congressman John Conyers and Minnesota Senator Al Franken are also facing sexual misconduct allegations. Neither plan to resign. But yesterday, the House approved a measure requiring annual anti-harassment training for all lawmakers and aides. Right now, Congress does not have mandatory training. House lawmakers also introduced a bill requiring members of Congress to reveal if they have settled harassment cases with taxpayer money. Ahead at 6:30, the impact these high-profile allegations are having in local businesses and why some companies should be doing more to prevent misconduct.
Tonight, Wesley Heights residents can meet with a developer trying to clear the way for new condos. The developer is asking Charlotte City leaders to rezone land for this project. People who live there say, though, this could hurt the community's status as a historic neighborhood. Tonight's meeting is at 6 at the Community Center on Tuckasegee Road. A Cleveland County mother is suing the County Board of Education, claiming a school resource officer used excessive force on her daughter. In court documents, Christina Wilson says it happened at Kings Mountain High School in 2014. Those records say the 15-year-old girl who has autism had a school plan that said no one could restrain her, especially men. The mother says the school ignored that plan when her daughter asked to call her. The lawsuit says the teen argued with several teachers, so the school resource officer stepped in and told her to go to another room. She refused, which is when court documents say the officer shoved and punched her. The records show the teen eventually did bite the officer. The school board's attorney is not commenting on the case.
Investigators are trying to figure out who set this West Charlotte restaurant on fire. We brought you breaking news yesterday on Daybreak from the fire at Bully Sports Bar on Wilkinson Boulevard. Investigators later say someone set multiple fires inside. The restaurant's owner told us the building is destroyed.
I'm devastated. It's horrible. I've never seen anything like this.
The business just opened in May. The owners are now concerned about their employees this holiday season.
Right now, 6:08, U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, is warning a powerful missile launch by North Korea could lead to war.
No one can doubt that this threat is growing. No one can doubt that North Korean dictator is getting more aggressive in his obsession for nuclear power.
She said the U.S. does not want war, but if it happens, the North Korean regime will be utterly destroyed. The country launched a missile earlier this week. It flew longer and higher than previous tests. Experts say it could reach the east coast of the U.S.
Your time is now 6:09. It is now easier for you to see if your car has recalled Takata airbags. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration expanded its website yesterday, allowing you to look at repair rates and to do more advanced searches for recalls. About 34 million vehicles were recalled because of the airbags, which can send shrapnel flying during a crash. We have posted a link for you on WSOCTV.com. Just click on news and look under latest links.
Well, if you want to enjoy the nice weather, today is your first chance to use Chimney Rock State Park's new connector stairs. They lead from the upper parking lot to the Hickory Nut Falls Trail. The park has been partially closed occasionally so crews could install the new stairs. They've been working on this project now since midsummer.
All right. Decent day for a hike out there.
Yeah, not too bad.
We have weather and traffic every 10 minutes at 6:10.
Yeah, let's get to meteorologist Keith Monday. Might be a few leaves left on the trees up there.
Maybe a few left over, but yeah, probably not many. Mostly clear sky here this morning. There are some sprinkles and little showers across the deep south that are working their way into the east this morning. It's with a weak cold front that will bring a very small chance of rain tonight, but rain chances really remain in question. There's not going to be a lot coming in with it. We'll show you that. The future cast coming up in the next 10 minutes. Still beautiful tomorrow. We'll see the clouds thin out pretty quickly, and we're still waiting on some deeper chill. We'll explain how it's still going to be quite a while before some big cold starts to work its way back in.